What's happening, YouTube? We are back with another Sunday video of Weekly Merch Hangout. I'm here with Ben again. Ben, how's everything going?
Great. Having a blast. I got extremely sunburned yesterday, but other than that, life is good. Merch is
Oh,
good.
actually, things are cooling down now. The temperature's kind of getting lower. It's getting a little bit cooler, so that's pretty cool.
I love winter in California is perfect, so I'm excited.
So you're more of a cold weather type of guy as opposed to like a hot summer season
Yeah,
type of guy?
cold for California is, like in the like high 60s or mid 60s. I guess it can get a little cooler, but I'm excited
Yeah.
for kind of like, the next few months are going to be good.
I actually went to a football game yesterday for the first time. I've never been to a football game, so that was a pretty good experience.
Nice.
Went to go check out the Rams. They played the Texans. So
Oh yeah, I saw
yeah,
part of that game.
it was pretty entertaining. It was pretty cool. I feel like Texans made some mistakes that they didn't need to, or they could have definitely made some better choices. But it's just the preseason, so it is what it is, really.
We
You
got
know.
some time, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. So let's get into merch talk. This is gonna be for what week is this?
Today's the 26th, August 26th.
So the 19th to the 25th.
Yep.
All right, and so you want to go ahead and start? Go ahead and talk about your tier and how many live you have, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, so the update, so still 491 designs out of 500 live, still tier 500. Should probably just put 9 more designs up. I've just been kind of lazy about it and maybe test out some Popsockets. But had a great week. I did 20 t-shirts sold, so that's
Wow, that's a
like
huge
really,
increase.
huh?
That's a huge increase.
Yeah, that's like really solid for me. And I also sold I sold 3 designs on Etsy and 2 designs on eBay as well. So that's kind of cool too. Like slowly starting to see kind of the other channels, a few things start to happen there. And out of the 20 on merch specifically, it was 16 different designs. So I'm still getting that good like spread across my designs, which I think is a good sign that I have like some good quality and variety, and had no cancels or returns. So solid week overall. I feel good about it.
Nice. Now,
Um,
out of those 16 designs, are they spread out among different niches, or are they kind of grouped in the same niche, or how does that work?
all over the place.
Yeah.
When I first started, I was only in really like I had 1 or 2 hot niches, and that's what I started with, like pushing more into those. Now I have like literally everything. Well, I mean, I have a lot of different niches, so these are selling literally in everything. I want to just like tell you all the different niches they're selling. It's like pretty. I would say that the main niche for these are like saturated niches, but then I did exactly what we've been talking about, which is niching down. So I'll find like a super like I don't know hyper targeted keyword and then use that. And that's like it might not be it's not gonna have the same search volume overall, but I think if you can win a small niche, that can get your shirt at a good enough BSR to get to the top like 1 or 2 pages of the bigger niche, and then hopefully you can catch some of the sales from the bigger niche on top of that smaller sub niche.
Right.
And so I think that's why some of these shirts I'm getting more sales. I don't know for sure, but yeah, I'm definitely getting.
No, it probably is. There's some truth to that, and that's the cool thing about merch by Amazon, or just creating these print-on-demand shirts in general, because you can grab 2 groups and put them together, and you could appeal to somebody. You can make Halloween shirts. Everyone's gonna like just the concept of Halloween, but how do you niche that down? Some people like pumpkins for Halloween. Some people, I don't know, like nurse Halloween something. Just niche down. Try to find a group within that main category, and just
Totally.
design shirts for that. So that's a great strategy to use, and that's something I'm actually learning as I'm going more and more into this journey. Just really just grabbing 2 different niches, or it doesn't have to be 2 different niches, but just grabbing like a main topic or main niche, and then trying to find out other groups of people within that niche that can be interested in buying shirts for it.
Yeah, there's this interesting article I read. I don't know if you get articles. There's a newsletter called The Hustle, and they had an article about like pretty much the headline was who sells those really ridiculously specific T-shirts you see on the internet, and it was pretty much just talking about our industry and how there's like all these shirts where people are taking like the 2 crossover niches, like just like you said, maybe like Halloween and then nursing, and you're like somehow combining them, and it's like a
Right.
really specific like saying or phrase.
Right.
yeah, I mean, it would be weird for anyone that's not in like this space that we're in. They're like, whoa, how did someone come up with like this extremely specific nurse Halloween? I don't know. You go.
Yeah, I mean that's the main strategy of a lot of entrepreneurs in this online space. I mean, I don't know if you ever got hit with Alex Becker.
Oh yeah, I get hit all
ads.
the time. I bought one of his courses actually a while back.
Oh yeah, see you. So you already know, like he's always talking about how do we sell this, insert crazy product and make it sell like thousands of dollars and whatever. So like the key to this in any business online, you really have to find those specific, niches that are not really all that well known.
Totally.
You know.
Yeah. So what about you? I want to hear your numbers. How was your week?
Well, I'll get into it. So I am still on tier 500. Last time we spoke, I think I had 463 or something like that designs up. I've actually maxed out. I currently have 500 live listings at the moment. Unfortunately, I only sold 8 products. A little bit of a decrease than last week. I think last week I sold around 11, so it's a little bit less. The number of designs were 8. So I sold 8.
All different. Yeah.
Well, this was so 3 of them were Popsockets.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I made some Popsocket sales. That was pretty cool.
What price point were you at on those? Do you know?
Just a standard $14.99. That's why I usually start basically all of them at. I only have about 2 or 3 of them at $13.99
on this.
$2.25 off of each sale for $14.99.
Not bad.
Yeah, it's decent. I'm still looking for that, niche that would take off for me, I guess. 2 of the pop sockets that sold were in that niche that I am in, that I constantly talk about. And then one of the pop sockets was actually, I did a video on it. I created a whole pop socket from scratch and I made a video on it. So that one actually sold. So that was pretty amazing. So yeah, I mean, it's just been kind of a slow week. I actually just on Friday I uploaded 11 designs, and 8 of them are still processing, and 3 of them are like under review. So it's taken a long time. It normally is around like at least less than 24 hours for them to process my designs, but these 11 are just taking a long time. I don't know what the issue is. Hopefully, they'll approve it pretty soon, because those are pretty good niches that I kind of, just did some research on. So I really want those to get approved, and hopefully, things can get better from there. And so, yeah, strategies as far as last week, I'd have to say raising my prices didn't do the best for me. I did raise my price by $1. There's, the same niche that I'm in. It used to sell, like I said before, $16.99. That was a great price. I had lowered everything. I spoke about it before in another video. I lowered everything and then gradually increased the price, every sale. Once it got up to about $14.99, I kind of took my time with raising the prices. I eventually got up to $15.99, and then just this week, or just last week, I decided to raise it back up to $16.99 like I used to. Yeah. And now I'm noticing the sales are just not that great. So
is that where the market's priced at? So are you raising it to the market or slightly below?
When I first started, the market itself was around $17, $18.99. I guess I was just being a little bit lazy. Like I put my designs up and then I just fluctuated prices as I wanted to, I guess. But more people are entering into that niche. I guess it's getting a little bit more well known in a way. I'm seeing that some people are pricing around $15.99, $16.99. I still see the $18.99s, but yeah, there's more people getting into the space, and it's getting a little bit more competitive. So some people are pricing lower. Maybe this $15.99, which is what I had it before, may be the best price point for me. I don't know. So I guess the strategy for next week is to lowering my shirts in that niche back to $15.99 and seeing what happens from there. Yeah.
Nice. So you're maxed out on designs pretty much right now. What's your strategy? Like, are you like, while you wait to kind of get more sales and tier up, are you going to go back through and like revamp all your listings, or what do you think?
Yeah, that's the thing. I really want to. I really, really want to. But I do have this upload challenge going on, and I also, so basically my challenge was to max out Merch by Amazon, then hop on to Etsy, and then Spreadshirt, and all these other platforms and like just get up so many designs for that. So, I have this burning desire to go through all of my listings on merch and then just, keyword optimize everything. But I also want to focus on this challenge as well. So it kind of
Yeah.
stuck in this situation right now.
I'm
Um,
literally in the same place. Because I'm maxed out. I want to go back through all my merch like listings, and I feel like that's what I should do. But I don't know. I got 3 sales on Etsy this week. I sold a coffee mug and 2 T-shirts, and the margins are like in the coffee mug. I think I made $5, like pure profit, and before tax, obviously. And the 2
mhm.
T-shirts together, the total order was $36, and I think I make like $10 to $15
Yeah.
on that.
I mean,
Like
the margins are a lot better.
that's like more royalties than I made all week on merch, and I sold 20, products on merch. But it
Yeah,
is.
that's the thing. It's a little difficult. Like you really want to get ready for the fourth quarter, and you don't necessarily have to put all your eggs in one basket with just merch because there's other platforms to sell on. So I know we're in the same situation where we really want to focus on other platforms as well and get ready for the fourth quarter. But also, we have Merch by Amazon, which we know has the most customers on Amazon. So it's like we know we should optimize our listings, but we have these other platforms we really want to focus on, and we only have so much time in the day. It's really hard to balance, where you put your efforts at.
Yeah, totally. Would you consider because obviously it's against the TOS on, Amazon right now to allow someone else to upload, but would you consider allowing like your designer or getting someone else to start listing the products on Etsy for you while you focus more on revamping the merch listings? Or is it kind of tough? Like I know for me, I'll just speak on myself. It's really tough for me to let that go. Like I wanna have my hands on the Etsy, like building the listings out. I want to do it all myself, even though I know like I could probably pay someone to do it, teach them how to do it, and then focus on merch, revamp those, and have both done, in the next couple like weeks or month.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind um, them uploading or having VAs upload to Etsy and all the other platforms. That's totally fine with me. I guess I don't want to just I would have to hire them and then train them on how to do it, and that takes a lot of time as well. Um, my whole plan really is to gain whatever income I get from the holiday season. That's when I really want to grow my business, starting next year. So I don't know. I'm kind of iffy about it. I really do want to hire more people. I want people to upload. I have no problem with that. I guess maybe just not right now, but eventually
Right.
I will. So yeah, we'll hire some more VAs and they'll upload to the other platforms. But Merch by Amazon is something I just want to, focus on myself because I don't want to get my account terminated at all.
Yeah, no, I feel
You
you.
know?
I feel like, I think just the goal is, it can become like fairly passive once you get up and up from what I've seen. I feel like once you get to tier 2000 and beyond, you can start and you max all the designs out. You have like legitimately really high quality stuff. I do feel like it can start to get more passive at that point, and not
Definitely.
completely. Like you're always still going to have to, have your hands on it to a certain extent, but like you've built up so much with like all your designs, and hopefully they're all high quality, and the old ones have like, the bad ones that didn't sell filtered themselves out, fell off, and you put up new ones. So I do feel like there is that like dream of having it slightly passive and having more energy to work on the other side stuff as well. But yeah, till we
Yeah.
get there, I gotta focus, right?
Yeah. I was watching some videos about, even selling your Merch by Amazon account because that is an option as well. So you can grow it up to, a good amount, say $1,000 a month, and you can sell that for I think it was around 20 times more.
Like a 20x return or something.
Yeah, 20x return exactly. So I mean that could be an option. You can just make that quick sell and then grow another business. That is definitely an option
Yeah,
for Merch by Amazon, which is pretty cool.
yeah,
Just then also like when you sell something like that, you have the knowledge to grow it again, so you can either start up again or start another business on another platform. Like
yeah.
the opportunities are endless, and plus you'll have some income, some capital to help you grow it even faster.
I think the biggest thing you just hit on for me is that you have the knowledge like to do it again. And I don't know if you're into like this like early retirement community at all. Like there's this, have you heard of those guys? The like FIRE community. It's like
No,
financial independence, retire early.
oh, I never heard of it.
there's like a few podcasts I listen to in that space too. And one of them was just talking about how, like, you know, on top of obviously like building your nest egg and your wealth, a really way to like accelerate getting to financial independence is, you know, by buying these. If you know how to market and grow an online business, you can, it's a lot easier for you to go like, and there's so many websites where you can do this, but you can go buy a business that's maybe, you know, already profitable at like $1,000 a month, but for whatever reason that person is stuck or they can't grow it. And so they want to sell it. So you buy it at like an undervalued price and you go in and spend, you know, a few months building it. And there's a lot of like places where if you know what you're doing enough to get like the marketing down and grow and scale the business, you could buy at a, you know, a fairly good price and scale it up and then have like a nice little cash flowing business and either resell it or, I mean, it's just like anything. It's like property. You buy an undervalued house, you fix it up, and then you sell it at a higher value because you fix it. There's a higher like intrinsic value and you make your profit on top. And I think like there's a lot of things. I mean, that's really what we're also doing with merch is you find a niche and you find like, you know, there's some designs there, but maybe they're not that good. So you come in with better designs and, you know, you get a little bit more profit on top. It's the same thing like all around.
Yeah, I totally agree. And like the main thing to understand for to grow your business is really driving traffic. You know, once you nail down driving traffic to your products and having good products as well. You know, once you get those things down, you know how to grow a business pretty much. You know, it's all about marketing, I guess.
Totally.
Yeah. So have you? I'm sorry, you're about to say something.
No, go ahead.
Yeah. I was gonna ask, were you added on to the international sales for Amazon, or are you allowed to sell in international markets?
I still haven't. No, I still haven't been opened up for international. I still think that I'm really. I feel like now I'm really close to tearing up, and I'm hoping I'll get tiered up in the next 30 days or less, and knock on wood, and then that'll hopefully open up the international. But yeah, what about you? Are you?
No, I have not. I think from what I've kind of noticed, like the trend going on is that to tier up out of 500 and go to tier 2, 1,000. I mean, looks like you have to sell around 200 or more products. So I'm not even there yet. I think I have like 130. Let me see if I can find it. Like 130 something sales. So I'm a little bit further away from it. Let's see.
Yeah, I just crossed the 200 threshold. I was kind of mentioning to you. So I think that I saw someone post in one of the groups. I mean, who knows how they do the tiering up thing now, but they had 207 sales at tier 500 and got tiered up to 1,000. So
I actually have 128 sales. So I have a little ways to go. Nice. Hopefully, I don't know. I don't really know how they tier up, but that's just the trend that I noticed, that you have to have over 200 sales to get out of tier 500. And we already know that how it used to be, or how we really were taught when we started it was that you have to sell the amount of shirts or amount of designs or products as the same tier that you're on. So if you're on tier 10, you have to sell 10 products. But it looks like they've kind of changed that up. So they have their own little method, their own little strategy now. So I don't really know what it is. Hopefully I do get tiered up. I would definitely could use some more slots. What I'm doing now is going through all of my listings. I'm sorry, I'm deleting some listings. Like I've deleted about 4 or 6, maybe something like that, to put up, more listings. My designer is still making more stuff for me. And it's like I'm trying to get these other niches into my, product catalog.
Yeah, totally.
So yeah, I'm deleting some stuff right now.
I also need to do that is like I have my designer still. He's doing some work for me. I'm actually having him do some other non-merch related stuff in the meantime, which is, maybe I'll get to that in another video. But I think that I also need to like create some more designs. I mean, I have maybe like 25 designs I'm ready to upload the second I get tiered up, but I think I need to also put some in like the draft status. I don't know. People used to talk about that before when I was at like tier 100 watching videos on how to tier up. People were like, oh, max out your designs. You have to sell at least 100 t-shirts to get up to 500. And then if you also put a bunch of listings in the draft status, like then it shows Amazon stuff for some reason.
Really?
Ready to go to the next level. So
that's a new one to me. I've never heard that, but
I don't know if that's
people would think of anything to, make people think that'll help you tear up.
And yeah, right now,
never really know.
I need anything from the merch gods to like get to the level. So we'll see. But anyway, I want to get back to your point though. So with the international, I don't think we've really talked too much about it. Like,
Right.
what's kind of your strategy? What have you seen any other like cool strategies out there? Or like most of the stuff I've seen really quick is just that people are getting it unlocked and then automatically their designs are just going. But I haven't heard
Right.
anyone yet talking about how they're approaching those markets and actually like are they doing different kinds of designs or whatever. So I'm curious to hear like what you think about international.
Yeah, I've heard the same thing really. So when they get approved to sell international, their designs are just getting uploaded automatically. And it's gonna be tough. I have to really figure out how to do this. Like once I get approved for it and my products start going over to, was it Germany and UK?
Yeah,
Um, I don't think that my designs really resonate with them. I could be wrong. I don't really know, and that's the thing. I don't really know, overseas cultures like that. I'm from America,
right.
California specifically, so it's like I don't really know, other cultures that well overseas. I think to sell or do or be successful with those international markets, you really have to have some type of knowledge or some type of experience, I guess, with like their culture.
Yeah.
It could be like a quick, or not quick, but like a good Google search, do some research, like what are people into, in Germany, or what's funny in Germany, or what, some Google searching might have to be done in order to be successful. You
I
know?
think it's going to be a good lesson for us Americans because we need to like, I mean,
Yeah,
like I need to
expand.
learn like more about other cultures. And I think the hardest thing is probably going to be like different slang or, all that different stuff like sayings, whatever. But it's an opportunity to
Yeah,
learn, like, again, grow your business. And
and you get to grow as a person as well. Reach out to people from these areas. The Facebook is a thing. You have Facebook groups. Um, Maybe some people on Facebook might be able to help you with something like that. Like what's funny in the UK, what's very popular, what's pop culture in the UK, and just look at that and try to see if you can make something similar to it.
I was,
And
oh, go
a,
ahead.
I was gonna say like a lot of things, everything really, or not everything, but a lot of things is kind of like trial and error, and then just improve. So you might
Totally.
make some mistakes, you might find some things are not selling. Try again.
Yeah. I was thinking before I even knew about the whole international thing, I was thinking about too, like this would be kind of a different way to approach the American markets. But like obviously in America, there's tons of people that live here, but their primary language is not English or their first language is in English. Like,
Right.
you're probably not going to get the same sales volume, but I feel like even in the US, what if you started approaching it with like t-shirts for different, like in different languages, like maybe a saying that's in a different language or like text. Obviously it's again not going to be the same sales volume, but I had a brief like little stint where I was trying to look up like I was trying to find t-shirts that were targeting people from different cultures in different languages but living in the US. I don't know if that fully makes sense. I'm just always trying to think like slightly different, like if everyone's targeting like this stuff, how can I target like a big niche that's in the US in a different language or something, and like hopefully have less competition. I don't know if
Yeah.
there's anything there. I don't know if there's going to be traction, but
It's definitely going to be a challenge for sure, especially with the whole, trademark, brand stuff, because you can research what's popular in the UK or what's popular in Germany, but you might pick that up from like a brand or something that is well known, and you're going to have to try to figure out like how to recreate something like that without infringing on that brand. So that is definitely going to be a little bit of a challenge for
and
sure.
that's actually another question that I've had too is, obviously like before we create designs or, listings here in the US, we're checking like TM Hunt or the USPTO or whatever, but
Hmm.
how does the trademark, like, how does that all work internationally?
Oh,
Like, where do we check trademarks overseas? Is there anything like a TM Hunt for the UK or for, Germany and all of those places?
that was a very good point. Very good point.
Yes. But again, like these are all questions and problems that are like good problems. It means that the business is growing, we're growing, like all that stuff. But still, it's like these are all things you need to think about. So
Right.
anyway.
Definitely true. I do hope I get proof of that pretty soon though, so I can start testing things out and see what works. You know, I
Yeah,
need more slots. I need more opening slots and for me to upload designs. And
totally.
yeah, I just want to grow the business. I really am excited about this merch by Amazon business. And yeah,
What are your goals for? So we're at the end of August. What's your goal for the like by the end of September, or because that'll be right before what, fourth quarter?
yeah. like I said before, I am doing the POD upload challenge, so I really want to focus on the other platforms.
What exactly is the challenge you're doing? It's like a certain amount of designs uploaded per day, or
Yeah, so by the end of September, I just want to have, a certain amount, like 200 designs or 200 products. Yeah, 200 uploads to these different platforms.
right?
And since I'm already done with Merch by Amazon, I can definitely put more focus on these other platforms. I might even I might even go over the number that I put out for myself, because all of the designs on Amazon are already made. I have the keywords and everything, so it's more like just kind of like copy and paste over to Etsy and Teespring and all these other platforms. So it's gonna be a lot easier. I expect it to go quicker, like to upload. And also, I'm taking a week off of work in like a few weeks, so I'm really gonna be focusing on my business as well. So I have a lot more time. So I might even go over the design amount that I set for myself. So that's
Yeah,
pretty much the challenge, is really uploading designs. I want a certain amount, 200 across all the platforms by the end of September.
sweet, love it.
And the reason why I set that goal is because I work a full-time job, so I don't really have that much time. So I feel like 200 for all these other platforms was a pretty good number to hit.
Yeah,
But I'm probably gonna go over that probably.
yeah. I feel like if you have a week off work, you can just crank that out. I mean, assuming you're not like traveling or doing other stuff. I don't know if you're focused on working that whole week. You're probably going to take some downtime, but
Oh yeah, I'm gonna visit family and stuff, but I mean, also gonna have more time to focus on the business as well.
sweet, man. I'm
Yeah.
excited to hear the progress.
Yeah. If anyone is curious, I am having my POD upload challenge. I make videos, every so often, so go ahead and check it out.
Fourth quarter's coming. We got to get ready.
Yeah, man, I need to get ready. I'm getting ready. I think it would have been better to start earlier, I guess. Like if I were to max out my design uploads in July, I probably would have gotten up tiered up to 1,000 earlier or something. I
Totally.
don't know, but
Yeah, we're getting
we'll
to
see
that
how
kind
it
of
goes.
tricky, like borderline place where if we get, moved up to tier 1000 in the next, but hopefully by the end of September, that's great. But then we have like, I know personally, I'll be on a rush to try to get as many designs up before, so they have time to like optimize in Amazon and hopefully also like get some traction on Google and like all the other search engines before like the holiday hits. So that's why I'm
Yeah,
like, I'm in a rush right now to get tiered up. I need to get tiered up as soon as possible. Like I'm just throwing it out
yeah.
there.
I
So
mean, especially for like November, Black Friday, so
yeah,
people are pretty much buying for Christmas.
right.
So we have it would be good to be tiered up, by the end of September or before September.
Yeah,
But ideally, like the perfect time, of course, would be tiered up before mid-November. You
yeah,
know,
at least.
at
Yeah,
least,
I'm in
yeah,
a rush, man. But I feel like, I mean, yeah, again, fourth quarter is going to be huge, obviously, and like I have no doubt. I think if I can get tiered up to tier 1000 before the end of September, like there might be a chance I could even get to tier 2000 before the year's over. And then I just saw that they implemented now instead of jumping from 2 to 4, there's also a tier 3000 in between. Have you seen
I
that?
think I saw something like that. I was scrolling through Facebook. Yeah,
Yeah.
so they
So
added a new tier. You said tier 3,000.
yeah, I'd like to get up to like tier 2000 by the end of the year, if possible, which it's doable, especially if you can catch a trend and we have fourth quarter. I mean, it's definitely doable.
I wonder what the reason was for that. And I mean, there's more and more people
Yeah.
getting into Merch by Amazon, so I'm just wondering like what was the reason for that.
I've recently actually been seeing a lot more rejection like posts, like people in the Facebook groups. I've seen a lot of people like saying just apply to like rejected, which I mean,
Mhm.
I think it's weird because like everyone, it's just funny like watching some of these big Facebook groups where you see like people like post in there and they're like, oh, just tiered up to like tier 500 with only 20 sales, and
Right. Yeah.
there's a lot of people write like congratulations, but you can also get the vibe that a lot of like of the older merch sellers like, oh no, like that's just because like not that you don't want other people to succeed, but you're also like, I don't know, in the back of your head there's this fear that like, oh, that means they're letting people in and tiering up way quicker, so there's even less of like any kind of barrier to entry, which is interesting.
Yeah, I see that as well. I mean, I think I saw a post. It was something like someone got tiered up to 500 and only had about 7 sales. So I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
it's
insane.
ridiculous now.
That's insane. But at the end of the
Yeah.
day, like there's still a learning curve. Like you're still gonna have to go through, spend your own time, like getting on the platform, and we're creating somewhat defensible like listings just because we've been on the platform. Hopefully, we've like built a good design, well optimized listing. If we can get like BSR traction, get some positive reviews, like all these things can add up and help like solidify at least our top sellers right now. And I think like again, we're so early in merch overall. Like I talk about on every video that it's I think even 3 years from now, it still could be a good opportunity to be on merch, but like we're at the forefront of it. Like we are at the early years of merch by Amazon.
Right. Now, if you think about it, so it is getting competitive, number one. Yeah, there's going to be more saturated with people. But if you look at eBay, for example, there's no barrier to entry at all. Like you just like
Right.
the only difficulty you'll have is like purchasing inventory and selling it. And the inventory itself does not have to be expensive at all. Like you can buy something for like a penny or even sell your own stuff, so it could be free.
Yeah.
You know, look at private label. There's a huge barrier to entry to that. You know, there's a lot of money, a lot of upfront capital that is needed. And then look at FBA. You have to go purchase stuff that usually is, you know, a little bit pricey sometimes. You know, you could find stuff for cheap, but you're going to be spending money to make money. Merch by Amazon, you know, you just have to apply. And the barrier is the waiting time because you're not going to get approved just like that. You know, it's going to be a while. And also the whole tiering system. So you can't just throw up a bunch of designs as you want. You know, there's a whole tiering system with it. So that's the cool thing about Merch by Amazon. But now they're getting more lenient. So it is getting more saturated. Like just think about it. Anyone can start this business. Anyone, you know, so it is going to get more competitive, being that there's not really much upfront capital being needed, and you know anyone can just jump on.
I just think eventually there's going to come a time when people will start advertising more, and that's going to become the new kind of commonplace thing. Is that if you want to even have a successful merch business, you have to factor in advertising. And I think that could happen. Like we could get to that point. I mean, I feel like that's what kind of the trend was with private label is, you know, it started to become a thing, you know, I mean, it's been a thing forever, but it started like blowing up in the courses and the YouTube channels, you know, in the last 4 years or whatever. And then now it's still a great opportunity, but you definitely have to work harder for it. You have to advertise, you have to build, you know, more of a brand, or maybe go for like the more expensive higher end products. And I'm sure merch will get there to a certain extent, but you know, like industries are always around, always changing. Like it's just about you adapting and changing with them. There's always room for you to like learn, make money, grow, all that stuff. So
I'm really curious to see what Merch by Amazon is going to be like in the future. I mean, like everything I just said right now, there's going to be more and more people come onto the platform. It's definitely going to get more competitive. How is Amazon going to change this? Are they going to make it harder for people to get on the platform so they can put out quality stuff, quality products? Because the more people that come in, you know, everyone's going to have that burning desire to reach up to everyone else, and they're just going to do whatever it takes to, you know, maximize their designs and pretty much tear up. And sometimes they might just throw up stuff, you know, just to have it on there.
Totally.
So I'm really curious to see what Amazon's going to do with this oversaturation of people getting on the platform.
Yeah. Overall, I'm excited about merch. Excited for the next month. I'm really thinking the tier up's coming, and yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I guess we're gonna go ahead and conclude the video right there. If you have been watching this, thank you for watching. And was there anything else you wanted to say at all, Ben?
I think that's pretty much it. Excited for next week. Still, hopefully we'll get a few guests on here at some point. Love to have some other people on the show. And if you're watching on my channel, I'll link to Chris's channel down in the description so you guys can see his upload challenge that he's doing. That's pretty much it. That's all I've got.
Yep. And same here. I'll go ahead and link everything to your channel as well. So thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.